Hello friends, welcome to Technique. This is Nirmal here, and in this video we're going to do a detailed review of the latest Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. So Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is the latest smartphone from Xiaomi under the Redmi Note series, and there have been three launches this time: the Redmi Note 10, the Redmi Note 10 Pro, and the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Now the Pro Max is the top of the line variant, and this is coming with the 108 megapixel camera. It comes with the 120 Hz Super AMOLED display, 5020 mAh capacity battery, Android 11, and you get the MIUI 12 and a very good premium in-hand feel with the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. So we have been using this device for almost like 2 weeks now. So this is our detailed review analyzing all the aspects, how good the device is for the price segment. Now the device pricing starts at 18,999. So should you go with this device? That's what we are going to talk about in this video. So before getting into the detailed review, if this is your first time on this channel, do hit that red subscribe button and also hit the bell icon to get notified of all the videos we publish. So let's begin. Now first let's have a look at the design and build quality. Now if you look at the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, it has been very much refined in terms of design. If you look at the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max launched last year, it was a thick and bulky device. Even it was heavy, more than 200 grams in weight, and it had a glass finishing, and the device was thicker also. So but with the Redmi Note 10 series, Xiaomi has done a lot in terms of design. Xiaomi calls it as the evolved design. Now what are different what is different on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is that the thickness has been reduced and the weight also has been reduced, even with the battery capacity remaining the same. And this is again a glass finishing, so the only difference here is that this feels lighter in weight and also slimmer than the Redmi Note 10 or rather Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. Now in terms of design aspect, you can see that the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max looks really good in terms of design. You can see the camera layout, which actually feels really nice, especially the camera, the unit as such looks really well designed. You get the Redmi branding, and the black variant has the glossy finishing, while the bronze and the blue variant have a matte or a brushed finishing. That's a matte finishing. So everything looks really great in terms of design aspect. The slimness is again really good. You get the side mounted fingerprint scanner, the power and volume keys, you have a dedicated SD card slot, and you get dual stereo speakers as well, USB Type-C port, 3.5mm audio jack. So the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is well equipped in terms of design, and this is definitely a refined design when compared to the previous generation Redmi Note 9 Pro Max. Now build quality, again you get really good build quality. This is a glass finishing and looks really nice. It actually feels like a premium device. Now the bezels are also kept to minimal, and on the front panel you get a Gorilla Glass 5 support, but on the back you get a toughened glass. It's not a Gorilla Glass protection on the glass, but it is a toughened glass. So overall design and build quality feels really premium. Now when it comes to the Redmi Note 10 series, one of the massive upgrades is in terms of display. Now the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max and the Note 10 Pro comes with a Super AMOLED display with 120 Hz refresh rate. So you can see here, this is the display. It's extremely vibrant, crisp and colorful display, and on top of that you also get the 120 Hz refresh rate. This is something which has been not available in the sub 20k price segment. So that's one of the massive upgrades, and you can actually feel how smooth the display is when you use it. It's one of the really vibrant, crisp and colorful display, and the display quality is superb, and the 120 Hz refresh rate makes it even more smoother in terms of experience. So it is a Super AMOLED display. We are seeing it first time on the Redmi Note series. So that's a massive upgrade, and on top of that you get Corning Gorilla Glass 5 support on the display, which is again an added protection for the display. So that's the display aspect. So it's definitely one of the best displays in the sub 20k price segment without any sort of doubts. Next, moving on to the software. So this device runs on the MIUI 12 version. So MIUI 12 on top of Android 11 is the version on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Now we all know that MIUI is the custom UI from Xiaomi, which runs on Xiaomi's Redmi series Mi devices and even the Poco devices. So MIUI 12 brings in a lot of features. It includes customization options. So a whole lot of your options are there. If you already use MIUI, you might be knowing how powerful and feature rich the MIUI is. But having said that, one of the downsides of the MIUI is that it features ads. So you can expect ads on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max as well. So that is something which you have to live with, because the Redmi devices will feature ads with the MIUI. Now you can disable it to an extent, but then there will be ads. That's something you have to live with when you buy a Xiaomi smartphone. Now, but then what happens with the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is Xiaomi has made things much easier, because we have also complained in the past that Xiaomi devices come with bloatware included. Now the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max also comes with a bit of bloatware, not too many, but what Xiaomi has done is it has made it easier to uninstall all the pre-installed apps, except for the core apps like Get Apps, Security, Phone, Dialer, Messages and the Camera. So few of the apps are not uninstallable. That's Xiaomi's core apps. Otherwise, all the pre-installed apps you can uninstall, which is something Xiaomi is offering first time on the Redmi Note 10 series. So that's a definitely welcome move, but you should be expecting ads on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max series. So that's the MIUI experience. Now we did not see any sort of lag happening here with the MIUI. It was quite smooth experience, and even if you push it harder to extreme task, we did not see any sort of issues. And this is where the Qualcomm Snapdragon 732G does a pretty good job. It was pretty smooth experience, no lags whatsoever. And even if you look at the gaming experience, it was quite satisfactory experience. You may not get like the graphic qualities of the MediaTek Dimensity 800U, but then this also performs pretty well. Although the temperature rise was slightly on the higher side, it was heating a bit. You can also check out our detailed gaming review, but the gaming experience as such was quite good, and it played pretty smoothly with the Snapdragon 720G chipset. So that's the performance aspect. Now you get dual stereo speakers on this device. That's something which is really good. The speaker quality is exceptional, and you get dual stereo speakers on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Now the call quality is again really good. You get 4G LTE, VoLTE, dual VoLTE, carrier aggregation is there. Then you get dual SIM card support and dedicated SD card support as well. But you miss out on 5G. So that's something which is missing on the Redmi Note 10 series, and this also does not have 5G. But then what company is saying that 5G will take time to arrive in India. So by that time, at least one more of Note series would have been come. So it makes sense to reduce the price instead of giving a 5G chip. So that's the explanation given by Xiaomi why this device does not have 5G. Now the fingerprint scanner is side mounted. It does a really good job. And even the face unlock is pretty fast in terms of usage. So both of them did work pretty well on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Now you also get IP53 rating. We have mentioned that in a separate video. IP53 is not a water resistance, but it can take up splashes of water like what you get when you exposed to rain. So those kind of things can withstand on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Now the call quality of the device was really good. We tried with the Jio and Vodafone network. Those are the two networks we have, and we did not see any sort of issues, and the network strength and signal was pretty good overall. So in terms of connectivity and network, there is absolutely no issues on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Next, moving on to the camera. So this device comes with a quad camera setup. So we have a 108 megapixel Samsung's HM2 sensor, and you get an ultra wide, a 5 megapixel telephoto macro, and 5 megapixel depth sensor is included. Now you also get a 16 megapixel selfie camera included. Now we have done a detailed camera review. You can also check out that video. The cameras have come really good. One of the really good cameras out there in the sub 20k price segment. Excellent details, great sharpness levels. The 108 megapixel sensor does a really good job in terms of bringing details. Color seems slightly boosted, but not a major concern though. Again, another thing where Xiaomi has done really well is the macros are one of the best. Even it can beat flagship devices. The quality of the macros is really impressive, and the overall experience with the cameras are really good. The low light experience also was kind of okayish. Now the portraits and selfies did turn out pretty good. So overall, if you look at the cameras on the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, we feel one of the best cameras below the 20,000 price segment without doubt. And if your priority is cameras, then definitely the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max makes sense to buy. Now finally the battery life. So this device comes with a 5020 mAh capacity battery and 33 watt fast charging. Now the fast charging wasn't impressive. It took almost like 1 hour 50 minutes to charge, unlike the Redmi Note 9 Pro Max, which took only around 75 minutes. This took almost half an hour more. We are not really sure what exactly is the issue. Now the battery performance is really good. The battery can last like 1.5 to 2 days easily on a single charge, and we got around screen on time of 8 to 9 hours. Again, this is dependent upon the apps you use, and this can vary person to person. You can even expect around 10 hours plus if you are a normal user, but heavy user you can expect like 8 to 9 hours, which is again really good. So that is a detailed review of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. So summing up the pros and cons. The pros include excellent design and build quality. It's a really great device in terms of looks. Superb display. The Super AMOLED display looks really great. 120Hz refresh rate is something which is unheard of in this price segment, especially with the 120 or other Super AMOLED panel. Good performance all round, excellent cameras, great battery life, and overall good experience with the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Now looking at the cons of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, one of them is the MIUI. Now MIUI may not be really optimized here. The memory management isn't that great, and also ads on the MIUI isn't something which many wouldn't want to have on the smartphone. But as I said before, ads have been minimal. You can actually turn off a lot of them. Then you do get the flexibility of uninstalling the bloatwares. So even with all these things, MIUI isn't the best out there in terms of software experience. So that's one of the cons, and other one being the lack of 5G. But as I said before, 5G won't be available in India anytime soon. So you need to take a call whether you need a device which you are going to use for like longer period, like 3+ years. Then a lack of 5G might be a deal breaker for you. But if you are not a person who uses the devices for longer time, then you can go ahead with this, because by next iteration definitely Xiaomi would be bringing 5G devices. So that you need to take a call whether you need a 5G device or not a 5G device. That's a personal call. But right now no 5G, and it doesn't make sense to invest on 5G devices, because you have to pay additional charges, because 5G devices are a bit costly than the regular devices. So that's up to you to decide whether you need a 5G or not. So those are the pros and cons of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. So overall, if you look at the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max, it's a really good device in terms of overall features being offered. Great set of cameras, good display, and it's a good worthy package. Now, should you buy it? If you're looking for a great smartphone under the 20,000 price segment, without doubt the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max is a great device and probably one of the best available right now in this price segment. So you can go ahead and buy this. So that's the detailed review of the Redmi Note 10 Pro Max. Hope you enjoyed watching this video. Do hit that like button and also hit the subscribe button for more videos. Thanks for watching. Hope to see you in our next video. Have a great day.